It's really not the knee. It's actually the foot and the toe area. Knee was checked out today. He's good there. No issues. Obviously sore from the hit, but we're still getting some more testing done on his foot and toe area.
Any worry about his availability for this upcoming week?
Not sure yet. I don't think so. I think things trending in the right direction, but I won't have a definite until I get the report later today. On his foot and everything.
What about Chad Miller?
Chad ankle. He's going to be day-to-day this week.
Based on the investment the team's made in the defense, it's got to be disappointing to see the production as of late.
Yeah, and quite frankly, the whole thing's frustrating. Even I think it was a culmination of a lot of things yesterday, not just defense, but throwing the offense and everything. But it's something that we got to just continue to work at. Continue to put these guys in positions, and of course it's on it's on the player as well to understand their role, and understand their job, and coaches have to look at it from are we doing too much? Are we doing not enough? If we need to pull it back, we pull it back. But there's been just too many little things that show up in games that shouldn't be happening this late in the year.
Was this the most frustrating loss of the year so far?
No, by far. Yeah, by far. Yeah.
At this stage in the season, this late, you got the personnel you got. What could be done with the defense? I mean, just blitz more. What do you got to lose? Go for broke a little bit more. I don't know.
You look at everything. It's just a matter of, look, we when I say we, the staff, coaches, we need to look at ourselves and see if we can coach things a little bit better so the players understand exactly what we're asking them to do, where to line up, how to line up, which gap to fit. And then it's on the player to understand that. So there's got to be some give and take. That's part of this game, and so it starts with us and making sure that we have everything covered before we can ask the player to just assume that he knows everything.
When I guess the defense performance or effort, or not effort, but what's happening on the field gets worse as the season goes on, what is that a sign of for you?
Well, I wouldn't say it's getting worse. I just think yesterday was a culmination of everything. You go back the week before, there were some positive things there, in that Baltimore game and stuff like that. It's just it's not all come together, and you look at it and there are some bright spots. There's some good plays being made. Guys are giving great effort. I never question that aspect of it. But it comes down to just a little bit of ownership with the coaches, with the players, understanding responsibility, understanding your job, where you need to be, and when you need to be there. And yesterday was just, this is not all on the defense yesterday. Offense had their share in this yesterday as well. We can't put the ball on the ground second play of the game.
Do you have any update
stuff
on
like that.
Cisco? Sorry.
Who's that?
Cisco?
He'll be day-to-day again, but he was good. I just didn't want to put him in a situation where set him back further. He's trending in the right direction, so it was just a sort of a medical decision yesterday to keep him out, and hopefully we get him back this week.
Is part of the defensive struggles due to a first-year coordinator? Is Mike, able to kind of get this stuff twisted around and fixed quick enough, or no? Or
it takes time. I can remember back when I was first-time coordinator, and you're trying to do a lot of different things, and then you realize you back off just a little bit, and we've done that. We've scaled back a little bit, and we've got some talented players, we've got some good players, and again, as a staff, we're just making sure that we put these guys in the right positions, and that's on us to do that. But I think Mike's done a good job of organizing and really keeping things together. But on the same side of that is, we've got to do a better job of coaching and teaching and making sure everybody understands, their jobs.
Can you, back to Trevor real quick, what other kind of tests is he kind of undergoing? X-rays, MRI, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's usually MRI, on the foot and toe area right now.
Is it better that it's the left?
And the right for quarterback, or you don't know? I mean, I
I
don't know.
really wish it wasn't either one.
Well, true, true.
I guess, yeah,
Him coming back.
I mean, if you're thinking about plant foot versus push off and all that, yeah, I mean, being on the left side is probably a little better, if there is a better side.
And honestly, I'm not asking to be like a smart ass or anything, but how can he feel like it was a knee and it was more the ankle? I think I've seen that with some other guys too, where they initially feel like they've hurt their knee, but it ends up being something else.
I just think the nature of the hit, the way it was twisted, it started from the knee, down through the calf, down through the ankle, down, eventually down through the toe, as everything sort of kind of unwound, on the play. Ultimately ended up at the ground level, which is where your feet are and your toes are. So that's how we got down. It did start up high, but ended up down low.
You looked at the film, so I'll probably put you on the spot. Should have been a penalty or no?
I don't think so. You look at it. I mean, it's borderline, but I think the hit was okay. It was up high in the hip area, and then it was just the nature of the twist on the tackle, which is what happens. Guys want to get him on the ground, and no fault. It was a good play. It just was unfortunate that Trevor's leg just got caught underneath.
What do you say to a guy like Zay after a game 2 weeks ago and then a game like he had yesterday with the 3 drops?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to get back to, focusing on the ball. I mean, a lot of times too, even with the nature of Zay's injury last week, there were some times where he didn't necessarily, he practiced, but he didn't get some of the reps that he would normally get during the week. And so, he's very prideful though, and he'll make sure that he bounces back and corrects that stuff in practice and make sure he doesn't happen again.
When you've got receivers dropping balls, you got Travis Etienne fumbled on that first drive. Did it just feel like nothing was really going right for the offensive side of the ball either?
It felt that way. We felt like we were off to a good start for first 2 plays, positive runs. Second one was a nice run, nice gain. Even as that first quarter, second quarter, we were still there, still moving the football. Just a couple third downs. Didn't capitalize. We had opportunities, we didn't do it. We were trying to get a stop on defense, get off the field. We still felt comfortable in that what we were doing, sticking with the game plan and all that. But yeah, after a point there, probably, beginning of third quarter, when they go down and score, and it just felt like at that point things were kind of sliding in the wrong direction.
How do you work with a guy like Travis? He's had toted the rock pretty well for you this season, but he's had a few costly fumbles.
Just got to keep on Thursday we do a ball security circuit with everybody, and we just got to keep on them, keep on all the guys. Ball security, football's the the prized possession, and continue to teach, continue to show them, and they just got to learn.
I know you've got other teams to worry about week by week, but now that the week of the Tennessee game is here, have you been able to get a feel for the fact that this is a little bit of a rivalry? It's almost like a college rivalry between the two cities, between the two teams and everything. And, do you think that having Tennessee at the end of this week is going to get their attention and maybe result in
good football team. We know they're obviously top of the division, and they let one slip away yesterday, and just like we did. So I mean, you got 2 teams that are kind of licking their wounds this week, and we got to travel again on the road, and we've got to be able to have a great week of preparation and practice, and we can't get caught up in I think in the rivalry and the hoopla. It's got to be business as usual, and we've got a lot of mistakes that we've got to fix and correct, and that's kind of what this week is going to be about, making sure that we're on track that way, and getting back to fundamentals, details, and focusing on that within the game plan.
And is there a back in this league where it's more important to tackle fundamentally well than against Derrick Henry?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to. You got to get him on the ground. He's a big, strong, powerful guy, and it's one of those games where you gotta bring your big boy pads, as they say, and it's always a physical game against Tennessee, and this will be no different. So, got to watch a lot of tape, on him, see his style of runs, and see how guys are tackling him, and making sure that we prepare ourselves that week to do that.
Other guys said,
Use the word embarrassed after the game, I think you did too. What do you tell them in like the meeting this morning or on the plane ride home? You're not a light into the team guy, right, as a general rule, or is that something you make an exception for when you have a game like that?
You pick your spots. Listen, these guys understand what they've done, what we've done as a football team, and where we are. A game like yesterday is unacceptable for anybody, and the players are included. They understand that. And so for me, it's not about yelling and screaming and trying to get their attention that way, but still having serious, hard conversation, and look, I want them to understand what's in front of us. I mean, still 5 games and 3 division, and it's crazy as it sounds, we're not out of anything, right? I mean, it's still right in front of us, but it's my job to make sure that they understand that, and as coaches, we gotta. I think the more you yell and scream and try to put a lot of pressure and heat and this and that, they get tight and tense and don't play well. I still want them to be loose and play and have fun and all that. But at the same time, they got to understand that this is a disciplined game, and we've got to be more disciplined than we were yesterday.
Sunday extended a long losing streak for this franchise against NFC teams. Is there a difference in play style from the AFC to NFC, or is that just kind of how the ball's bounced?
I mean, look, we just didn't play well yesterday at all. It's a good football team. We talked all last week. I mean, they were in the same situation we were in, and we just didn't play well, and AFC, NFC, I think both. I've been in both conferences. Both conferences are great conferences, and it just comes down to, who wants it a little bit more on game day, and just doing your job and owning up to your responsibilities and trying to take care of business, and we didn't do that yesterday.
You've talked about responding and how the guys handle the response to things at times this season. This week Sunday was the first time that you kind of really got beaten that way this year. Can you learn about some of the guys, how they respond this week?
I think so. I think moving forward this week is going to be important for, I think, the psyche and the mentality of the football team and where we are, and just how guys respond, from that type of loss. And definitely things we can learn from. You want to sort of burn the film and move on, but you still have to go through it with them and fix the mistakes, make the corrections, and point out some of the good that was there. You can't be all negative. You still want to be able to correct some of the positive as well. But yeah, it's you don't want too many of these, obviously, but we can definitely learn from it.
Do you worry about Coach Caldwell with the struggle, the first time as a defensive coordinator, going through this kind of rough patch at all?
No, I don't. Because again, part of my job is to help support him and give him everything that he needs, to be successful. And so I'm going to do that and make sure that, even who's up, who's down on game day, we determine that. So I want to make sure that he has everything, readily available to him, and want to support him and make sure that, he has everything he needs to be successful as well.
Thanks, Coach.
appreciate it, Coach.
All right, guys. Thanks.